You sit in a performance review thinking the outcome is still undecided. Your manager nods, flips through a few pages on a screen, pauses at your name, and says something like, "You're doing great work, just keep it up." It sounds positive, neutral, even encouraging. But what you don't see is that the decision was already mostly formed weeks ago. Not in that meeting, not in that room, not even in that quarter. Somewhere earlier, in quieter conversations you were never invited to, your name was already assigned a category: high potential, reliable executor, needs development, not ready yet, too new, too expensive to promote, not visible enough. And once that label settles, everything after it is just performance theater. Like, the uncomfortable truth is this: most promotions don't happen because you became ready. They happen because the system finally decided you are useful in a different way. And that decision is rarely about your work alone. It's about perception, timing, internal politics you never see, and a hidden structure most employees don't even realize exists, because while you think promotions are earned, the system treats them like allocations. If you want more videos that expose how corporate systems really work, subscribe. Now, here's the belief almost everyone starts with. If you work hard, stay consistent, and do your job well, you will move up. That's the story companies like to present. It feels clean, fair, logical, effort in, promotion out. But in real environments, that equation breaks very early. Right? Because companies don't promote effort. They promote signals, and signals are not the same as output. You can be the most reliable person in your team and still be invisible in promotion discussions. At the same time, someone with less output but higher visibility can move faster. That's where the first contradiction appears. Most employees assume performance is measured continuously. It isn't. Performance is interpreted in snapshots, filtered through managers who are also under pressure, limited by budgets, and influenced by their own incentives. And this is where the hidden system starts to appear. Inside most organizations, there are 3 invisible layers working at the same time. The first layer is output, what you actually produce. The second layer is perception, what people believe you produce. And the third layer is positioning, where the company needs you to be in the future structure. Promotions don't just reward output, they resolve tension between these layers. If your output is high but your perception is unclear, the system hesitates. If your perception is strong but your position is unnecessary, the system delays. If your position is needed but your output is average, the system sometimes still moves you. That's why promotions often feel inconsistent from the outside. From your perspective, you're asking, did I do enough? From the system's perspective, the question is, where do we place this person without disrupting everything else? And that's a completely different logic. What makes this even harder to see is something most employees never consider. Managers are not neutral evaluators. They are filters. They translate your work into language that fits a budget, a headcount plan, and internal competition. When promotion cycles arrive, they are not simply ranking people. They are negotiating for limited slots, negotiating against other managers, negotiating within constraints you never hear about. So when you hear, "not this cycle," it is rarely about your performance alone. It is often about timing, headcount pressure, and invisible trade-offs between employees you've never even interacted with. There is a second layer here that changes everything. Even when you perform well, your work has to be remembered at the right moment, because corporate memory is short and selective. A strong project from 8 months ago matters less than a visible win from last month. A major contribution that was not widely seen becomes less relevant than a smaller one that was repeated in meetings. This creates a silent distortion. Visibility starts to matter more than value, not officially, but structurally. And over time, this creates a pattern most employees only recognize too late. The people who move faster are not always doing more. They are being seen more often by the right people at the right time. Now here's where the invisible consequences start to build. At first it looks harmless. You get good feedback but no promotion. You are told to keep going. You are reassured that your time will come. but internally something else is happening. Your compensation begins to plateau. Your responsibilities increase slightly without formal recognition. Your title lags behind your actual contribution. And slowly, without any obvious moment of change, your career trajectory flattens. Not because you failed, but because the system has already placed you in a stable category. And stable categories are difficult to escape because once an organization believes you are reliable in your current role, it becomes easier for them to keep you there than to reposition you. Promotions are not just rewards, they are disruptions. And organizations avoid unnecessary disruption unless there is a strong incentive. That is something most employees never internalize. They assume growth is a default progression, but in reality, growth is a cost decision, and every promotion has to justify that cost against alternatives. At this point, a second misconception needs to be broken. People assume the biggest risk is underperforming, but in many cases, the bigger risk is being correctly categorized too early. Once you are seen as good at your job, the system unconsciously resists moving you out of it, because replacing you carries uncertainty. And uncertainty is expensive in corporate environments, so you get something subtle instead. You get appreciation without elevation, responsibility without recognition, dependability without leverage, and the longer this continues, the more difficult it becomes to shift perception. Because promotion decisions are not made from current performance alone, they are made from accumulated narrative, the story the organization tells itself about you. And narratives are slow to change, even when behavior does. And this is why two people with similar skills can have very different trajectories. One entered early, built visibility, and was repeatedly seen in high-impact contexts. The other delivered strong work quietly, expecting merit alone to carry weight. From the outside, both are competent, but inside the system, only one has momentum. And momentum is what promotions actually track. Not effort, not even capability. Momentum. Once you see this clearly, the entire structure becomes different. Promotions are not moments of recognition, they are confirmations of a trajectory that was already forming. By the time you are considered, you are usually being confirmed, not evaluated from scratch, and that leads to the most important shift in understanding. The system is not actively against you. It is simply optimized around what it can measure, remember, and justify, which means if something is not visible, repeatable, or easily communicated upward, it slowly disappears from the decision-making process, not intentionally, structurally. So the real question is not how do I work harder? It becomes what signals is the system actually using to place me? Because if you don't manage that signal, the organization will do it for you. And once it does, it will feel like the outcome was inevitable, when in reality it was shaped long before you were aware it was being shaped. And that is the part most people never see until it is too late. The system will offer you growth, but only within the story it has already written about you.